SpaceX this week, as they are getting ready to file for their IPO, they apparently filed the S1 for the IPO under the ticker SPCX, revealing finances ahead of their Nasdaq debut. And in this, they revealed that they're holding 18,712 Bitcoin, okay, at an average cost basis of $35,000, acquired mostly in 2021.
Wow. That's huge.
This is massive. This means that Elon Musk company is now ranking among the top corporate Bitcoin holders, and that puts at the current market value, you're talking about $1.29 billion worth of Bitcoin.
What are your
What are your
thoughts on that?
thoughts on
I wanna know yours first.
that? I mean, listen, man. Of course. I think it's super cool that they didn't tell anyone,
Mhm.
because I think that's pretty meaningful, right? It's
Well,
like,
especially if you wanna accumulate more, like
true, right? Because it shows intent, like you're saying, for one, to accumulate more without people necessarily knowing. But it also shows that, like, this has been the answer the whole time, kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't new. This is what we've been doing since 2021. It's not like they've been doing it forever, but still,
mhm.
like, Tesla was buying around that time as well.
Also, AI has dominated the conversation so much on Twitter as of late, like, if the AI people who are currently capturing mindshare, if they pivot to crypto even, like, temporarily or Bitcoin temporarily, like, that would do a lot, right? And so this is probably one of the first signs of that taking place.
Yep. Um, it's just such an interesting thing, man. It's like this tells companies, that this is acceptable, that this is a part of increasing the valuation of your company. This is a part of long term planning, you know,
Mhm.
just to put some Bitcoin on your balance sheet.
So for people who would not grasp why you would do that, why would someone do that? Like, why would a company do that?
Well, the thing that I would point to is the concept of a treasury, period, right? When you have a large company that's making a lot of money, you're typically sitting on a certain amount of cash. And in investing or in business, you always have to make the decision of what are you going to do with all of this cash that you're making?
Mhm.
Because when you're trying to grow a business, well, you should probably reinvest a majority of that cash into growing the business, whether that's in the marketing, growing your team, product, whatever it could be. But the other side of it is like, well, this is like a lifestyle business. I'm just going to sit on cash.
Mhm.
Or if you're a bank or a financial institution, you might have other reasons why you just need to sit on cash, and that becomes opportunity, right, for you as well. And when you're looking at making decisions about all of that. So the treasury, large multinational like corporations, they have an entire team of people that work on just treasury. Just what are we doing with our money throughout the day, right? And by the hour, even they're making decisions about this. And so some of the times what they'll do is they'll put their money into short-term debt instruments. They'll either buy other companies' bonds, like commercial paper, things of that nature, or they'll invest in US treasuries. Okay. And use that as a way to kind of like use their cash to make sure that they're earning on it and not just sitting on it and watching it get inflated away by inflation. And so in this case, it's like, well, if you wanted to actually take some of that money and not necessarily maybe buy your own stock back or go and put it in the stock market where you have some company that you've now put long term risk on,
Mhm.
you can instead invest into Bitcoin. And that'd be something that you know is going to continue to outpace inflation. And over the long run, that continues to do that. And now you're building an asset on your balance sheet that even if you didn't have something specific that you wanted to do with that money to build an asset within your business, you've got a place that's always going to grow basically no matter what.
And a lot like we talked about, we're seeing happen where people are doing cutbacks. They're saying it's because of AI and productivity, and it's causing, like, the share price to go up.
Yeah.
Who's to say we don't experience something similar when they announce Bitcoin accumulation within these companies, right?
Mm.
Like,
hmm
because once people get it and they get that that's a good idea potentially, then does that have a similar impact?
And the other side of that too is like the supply side. A big thing that also separates Bitcoin, and we haven't seen this fully play out from like in the equities market or even the bond market. There's no way to just issue more of it, right? So you
Mhm.
can't necessarily just flood the market with more Bitcoin just because there's more demand for it. But companies, that is what they do. If you look at Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, what do they do? When there's more demand for their stock, they issue more stock. When there's more demand for giving them money to go in the form of a loan to go and buy more Bitcoin, they issue more loans.
Mhm.
And so, but you can't really do that with Bitcoin. So if everybody wants to get in, but these corporations already hold 4, 10, 15% of the entire supply on their balance sheet, then what happens?
Mm.
You know?
Go moon.
So, Bitcoin behaves much more like a commodity in that regard, or at least it is a commodity more in that regard, where there is literally a physical amount of them that exists or that can be put into the flow uh, of the situation. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Hey, you made it to the end of the clip. That means you're probably enjoying this. And if so, just know that you can catch us live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. Otherwise, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this next.